If we take a look at the vertical line of the matrix, and we can just disregard the horizontal line for right now, we see a distinction between verbal experience or our mental experiencing or inner experiencing and our physical experience or external experience or five senses experiencing, whatever you want to call it. And what I want to call attention to here is that as clinicians, we are often guiding clients to attend to different aspects of their experience. Particularly when a client is talking about something that is going on for them, we might turn their attention down into their verbal experience and say, what kinds of thoughts are showing up around that? What kinds of feelings are there that you can kind of notice? If you could describe that to me, what kind of shape would it have, or color, or whatever, temperature? And then we are also kind of guiding our clients' attention out into the physical experience. Mostly we do that by attending to the body. What do you notice showing up for you physically here as you're talking about this? Where does that show up in your body? Can you point to that place? But I want to also kind of point out that there's a very rich landscape. If we kind of use this as an elevator here and think of this kind of center circle as kind of floating up and down these 2 points of types of experience, we can take all kinds of things like thoughts, feelings, sensations that are showing up internally. We can gently try to kind of guide our client up into their body, into, if this experience had a motion to it, physical motion, what might that be? What part of your body could you use to express that? If you could embody physically this experience that you're feeling right now, could you show me what that would look like? Using your head and your shoulders and your hands and feet to kind of play that out. And so here there's obviously plenty of therapeutic modalities that use the physical body in this way very directly. And if you're used to working in that way, it's definitely consistent with this ACT matrix model. So I want you to think about the degree to which you've been asking clients to kind of attend and investigate and tune in to their internal experiencing, and also to do experiments with their internal experiencing, like any of those classic ACT diffusion exercises or acceptance exercises. What we're doing there is we're asking our client to experiment and try something different with their verbal experience. So I want you to compare how often you've been doing that to how often you've been experimenting and exploring and investigating the bodily movements and bodily sensations that show up for your client. And if you notice that there's kind of a disparity there between the amount of times you're doing it on the internal end and the amount of times you're doing it on the external end, I wonder what it would be like if you could integrate some of these same experiments, but out into the physical space a little bit more. I wonder what you would notice for yourself as the clinician, and also the interactions with your clients. I wonder what they would notice by embodying some of these experiences more directly.